Welcome to It Was Never You, where we talk about narcissism, complex PTSD, and recovery. When you are constantly looking at somebody else as the cause of all your problems, you are deceived. Number one, what you are doing is you are exalting this person to a level as if they have so much control over your life. Now, in your surroundings, they may be causing disruption. They may be causing issues for you. You may be going to court. You may be having issues with your children. But you are still exalting this person to a level as if they have more control over you than they actually do. The narcissist operates on a level where they create a delusion. Okay? They create this delusion and illusion that in the beginning, they are the source of the answer to all your problems. Then they become the problem. You can be away from these people for years. Okay, you could not have any children with them and their relationship is over. For years, you will be entangled emotionally to this person because you have fallen under the delusion and illusion that they are the cause of all your problems. It's over. Because if you are constantly sitting there and believing that this person is a source of all your issues in your life, you are not going to work. Once you claim that status of victim, once you believe that you are enchained and entangled and you have complex PTSD and you have anxiety and social anxiety, I'm not saying those things aren't real. I'm not saying they aren't real. But to break free, one way to break free from that, you got to work through all the emotions and you got to stop seeing this person as your handler. They no longer control you. Now you are under a delusion and you are not looking at yourself to see what you need to fix about yourself. It's a very, I may not be explaining myself the way that it's processing in my head. It's very powerful, the residuals of this. But it's because we keep ourselves there. Because, like I said before in one of the older videos, if you are always looking for somebody else to blame, you are seeing yourself as righteous because you are a victim. If you are a victim, therefore you are right. Therefore you don't have to self-reflect and you don't have to see how you manipulate relationships in your life, how you have learned the behavior, especially if you've grown up like this, how you have control issues, how you have rage issues, how you have trust issues. I had to look at myself. I had to look at what was controlling me that was no longer in my present moment, but I was still allowing it to control me because I wasn't willing to look at myself because somebody else was always to blame. Now, I know this message isn't for everybody. This is for the people that are advanced, that have realized what they've been through, that have gone through the therapy, that have worked towards healing themselves. We must, on a daily basis, be constantly self-reflecting. Now, this is not to say that the narcissist is right. This is not to say that this is not to justify their behavior. Understand, their behavior is not justified, and they have to deal with, they will have to stand themselves and make account for the things that they've done. But guess what? We also will. Are you willing to look at yourself and to self-reflect and to stop playing the victim to somebody that is no longer, this is for the people that have no longer have the person in their life but are still in chains. Are you still walking around with hatred and you wish that this person would get run over by a truck? Let me ask you a question. If the person gets run over by a truck, if they get killed, if they get demolished in front of you, if they're done, does that take away the things that they have done? Will that make all your pain go away? No, because revenge is not the answer. All these emotions, all these things need to be worked through, and you need healing, and you need to be constantly self-reflecting and looking at yourself. And please understand, I am not blaming the victim. That is not what I am doing. I am telling you that we all need to self-reflect. What was Michael Jackson's song? Man in the mirror. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Are you going to honestly look at yourself and take write down the things that you need to change, and the things, maybe those things haven't even been revealed to you. Do you think that people are talking about you when they're not, because of the way that you were raised? Do you believe that sex is the solution to a relationship, that you're going to keep someone from having sex? Do you fear abandonment? Do you have abandonment issues? Have you worked through it? If you continue to hold that abuser accountable for the way that you are, you will not work through those issues. You will not be able to. Blame only is for a season. You put them in their box and you say, okay, this is what you did, and now I know why I think and feel the way that I do. Now I know what I need to do going forward. Self-reflection. Everybody's got to do it. They don't have the ability to, but you do. You have been blessed with the ability to self-reflect, to take personal accountability, responsibility for your actions. That is what sets you apart from these people. And that is what we need to be constantly doing to move forward.